Most people are terrified of silence. They see a gap in a conversation and they panic. They feel an itch in their throat to fill the void with noise, jokes, or useless information. They think they are being social. In reality, they are leaking power. Every time you speak without a purpose, you are devaluing your brand. You are showing the world that you cannot control your own impulses. But the dangerous man, he understands that silence isn't an absence of noise, it's a presence of power. It is a vacuum that sucks the truth out of everyone else. Today, we aren't just talking about being quiet. We are mastering strategic silence. I'm going to show you the psychological mechanics of why the quietest person usually controls the room. By the end of this video, you will know how to use silence to win negotiations, command instant respect from strangers, and force your enemies to reveal their hands before you even say a word. If you want to stop being the person who talks too much and start being the person who matters most, listen closely. Think back to the last time you were nervous. Maybe it was a first date, a job interview, or a confrontation. What did you do? You babbled. You laughed at things that weren't funny. You gave too much information. And the moment you walked away, you felt that stinging regret. Why did I say that? Why couldn't I just stop talking? You felt small because you realized you were performing for them. You were trying to manage their discomfort with your noise. When you can't endure silence, you are a slave to the people around you. You are giving them the remote control to your emotions. Let's look at the science. Humans are hardwired for social harmony. When a conversation stops, the brain perceives it as a social threat. It's a tension that feels like physical weight. The law of the vacuum. Nature abhors a vacuum. Psychology does too. When you create a hole in the conversation, the other person's brain will scream at them to fill it. Tension multiplied by silence equals pressure. When you remain silent after someone speaks, they begin to second-guess themselves. They think, did I say something wrong? Do they know something I don't? I need to keep talking to fix this. This is where the truth leak happens. To fix the tension, they start offering concessions, lowering their price, or admitting things they meant to keep secret. Silence is the ultimate interrogator. Consider a high-stakes deal. An entrepreneur is selling his company. The buyer offers $5 million. The average person would jump at it or immediately counter with, "I want $7 million," and explain why. They would talk about their hard work, their overhead, their stress. They would sound desperate. The Shadow King does something else. He hears the $5 million offer, and he just looks at the buyer. He doesn't nod, he doesn't frown, he just maintains neutral eye contact for 10, 15, 20 seconds. The buyer starts to sweat. He thinks the offer was an insult. To break the soul-crushing silence, the buyer speaks first. "Look, I might be able to squeeze out $6.5 million if we close today." The entrepreneur just made $1.5 million by saying absolutely nothing. He didn't win because he was smarter. He won because he was more comfortable with the tension. How do you implement this without looking like a robot? Follow these 4 pillars. Pillar 1. The 3-second buffer. Never respond immediately. Even if you have the perfect answer, wait 3 seconds. It signals that you are a deep thinker, not a reactive talker. Pillar 2. The ask and freeze. Ask a pointed question, then stop. Do not clarify. Do not help them answer. Let them struggle with the weight of the question until they speak. Pillar 3. The neutral mask. Silence is useless if your face is screaming, "I'm nervous." Relax your jaw. Keep your eyes steady. Your face should be a blank wall. Pillar 4. The low-volume command. When you finally do speak, speak lower and slower. Force them to lean in to hear you. This physically shifts the power dynamic in your favor. Being dangerous isn't about being loud, it's about being unpredictable. The loud person is a predictable book. Everyone knows what they think and how they feel. But the silent person, they are a mystery. People tread carefully around mystery. By mastering silence, you are reclaiming your dignity. You are telling the world that your thoughts are valuable and you don't give them away for free. You are becoming a man of weight. Silence is your shield and your sword, but there's a dark side to this. If you use silence too much or in the wrong way, you can trigger a psychological break in people that leads to extreme hostility instead of respect. There's a fine line between a powerful leader and a cold sociopath. Next time, I'm going to show you the dark empathy techniques to ensure your silence builds loyalty, not just fear. But for now, just listen to the quiet.